Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Confidence Connection Show, where we share women's stories of confidence and empowerment from all around the globe. This week, I am joined by the beautiful Cassandra Hill, coming to us live from the USA. So she's a holistic wellness influencer. She empowers women to achieve physical, emotional, and spiritual wellness. She's a company called Holistic Living, which is a consulting company which offers virtual holistic wellness coaching, along with healthy living products to renew a woman's mind, body, and soul. She empowers women to better health, and that's been her passion since 2016. So, welcome, Cassandra. I'm so excited to have you here. Do you want to tell everyone a bit more about yourself and your background?
Sure. Thanks so much for the invitation to be on your show, Bronte. A little bit about me. Oh, wow. My journey to health and wellness, it has definitely been a roller coaster ride for sure. Prior to this, believe it or not, I didn't always live the healthiest lifestyle. I had a career as a gerontologist, and you're probably thinking, what in the world is that?
Yeah. Let's look it up.
And I get that question quite a bit. And basically, I study aging, the process of aging, looking at older adults' physical, psychological, and social aspects of their life. And did that for about a decade and loved it. And now I'm transitioning into empowering us as women to live our best life. This is the year of the woman, don't you think?
Yeah.
And it's so important for us to take care of ourselves. I learned from my personal experience, like many women, neglecting yourself in pursuit of career, in pursuit of taking care of your family and just various other responsibilities, that it's easy to put yourself on the back burner. But ladies, your best investment is you, that lovely face looking at you in the mirror.
Yeah, that is so true. And I think we forget, we invest in so much. We'll invest in the shoes and the handbag and the good food and the house and all these things, and we forget that our best investment is actually ourselves.
Yes. And I'm on a mission to change that.
Awesome.
When we as women, when we get together and take care of ourselves, this is what happens in the world. We're naturally nurturers. So when we take care of ourselves, it's going to extend to our loved ones. It's going to extend to our spouses. It's going to extend to our children. And so that's what causes a global shift. And so someone may be thinking, why women? Why focus on women? Because I know when I focus on women, everyone else will get taken care of.
Yeah, that is so true. And so you went through a lot of change in about 2014. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that and what happened to make you shift everything in your life?
Oh my goodness. 2014 was a year that will go into the worker books for Cassandra, that's for sure. At the time, I had a career as a gerontologist and was loving that, and working as a contractor with various facilities, assisted living facilities primarily, working with those older adults there to improve their quality of life. And I noticed as the season started to change from summer to fall that I wasn't feeling real good. At first, I thought I had a cold. And so I went to the doctor thinking, I got a cold. He's just going to give me some antibiotics. And he did. But I wasn't getting any better. And many days I was just so fatigued. And I thought, this is not normal. And so as my health continued to decline, I decided, well, let me do some research. And so I requested all my medical records from my previous health providers. And once I started looking at those records, I noticed a trend, I noticed a theme. And with that, I realized my body was attacking itself.
Oh,
And I'm like, okay, why would my body attack itself? Because, that's not normal.
yeah,
And in doing my research, I realized that, okay, it seems like I have an autoimmune condition,
yeah,
and lupus seems like maybe what I have going on.
yeah,
And so I went back to the doctor and I was like, can you run this ANA, what's called an anti-nuclear antibody test? Run this test on me. I'm like,
yeah,
doctor, run this. Sometimes
yeah,
you have to tell the doctor what to do.
yeah,
And so the doctor ran the test, and before I could get the results back,
yeah.
I ended up in the hospital.
Oh my God.
Woke up in the middle of the night and literally could not move.
Oh my gosh.
Eh, yeah, and I'm like, okay, I definitely know now this is something
Yeah,
serious. And so I went to the hospital and let them know my doctor had just completed this test on me. If
yeah,
we could run it here, the results will be a
yeah.
little quicker. And so they did, and the ANA test came back positive.
Wow.
And based on those symptoms that I was having, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus.
Oh my gosh. So what does that
Yeah.
involve?
Systemic lupus, as I mentioned, any autoimmune condition, your body is attacking
Yeah,
itself. However, with systemic lupus, systemic, that's widespread. So throughout my body was fighting it own self.
yeah,
For me, the symptoms mainly was respiratory. I was having
yeah,
problems breathing, and then also muscle, skeletal, very severe joint pain was another issue.
yeah,
Um, the fatigue was, as I
yeah,
mentioned earlier, the fatigue was, it wasn't just normal, take a nap and you wake up
yeah.
refreshed. It was pretty
Oh God.
severe
Yeah,
type of fatigue. So for different people, it looks different.
yeah,
However, with systemic, it does focus on more areas of your body
yeah,
versus other types of lupus where, like discoid, it primarily affects your skin, for
yeah.
example.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I love that. We're often told, don't go to Google for medical advice, like just trust your GP. But it's amazing that you did do that research and came to the conclusion, because I feel like if you didn't know that, how long could you have been in hospital while they're trying to do all these other tests because they don't know what's going on? And it's great that you could just look, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Can you just check for this and we can
Yeah.
progress from there?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll tell anyone you're your best advocate because
Yeah.
actually I went misdiagnosed for many years. I started having symptoms while in college, actually.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah.
we're talking about a 10-year period where a
Yeah.
doctor had me diagnosed as anemic when what the
It
real
wasn't.
problem was systemic lupus. So if I had have done what I did in 2014, if I had did that all those years ago, things would have
Yeah.
looked a little different in my
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah. No, that's so true. And yeah, yeah, I've been there too, where you just know there's something more than what, and I mean, it's nothing
yeah,
against them. They're just doing the best they
yeah,
can with the knowledge they have, but,
yeah,
and they don't know your life 24/7. So
yeah,
you're right. I've been there
yeah,
too, where you're like, nah, it's more than this. And you've got to kind of
yeah,
get things
yeah,
going in the
yeah,
right direction until you find out what
yeah.
it is. So from that point, what did you change, like, in your life? Like, what what steps did you change to make your life better from that diagnosis?
When I first got the diagnosis, as I mentioned, I was a gerontologist, so I followed the doctor's recommendation. I really wasn't into health and wellness. I wasn't into alternative
Yeah.
modalities at that time. So for me, it looked like getting chemo drugs. That was part of my treatment, steroids, all these other drugs. And actually, going through that. I did that for about a year. I
Yeah.
really wasn't seeing major results as far as improvement with my health. And
Yeah.
that's what sent me on a path to something different because I thought, okay, with you having a background in healthcare, surely this knowledge can be applied to other areas. And so I started taking courses in health and wellness, and that's what really made the difference in my life. Once I
Yeah.
started learning more about alternative modalities and applying what I learned to my health,
Yeah.
that's when I started feeling better
Yeah.
and seeing some changes with my health. And
Yeah.
I never would have thought in a million years, Bronte. I'm here to tell you, for a person who, you spent all this time educating yourself on best practices in
Yeah.
traditional
With yeah.
healthcare, I
Yeah.
thought, well, maybe there'll be some change, but nothing just major, major. So
Yeah.
I was even surprised when I went back to the doctor. I was there to get a transfusion and
Yeah.
they ran my blood work and everything was normal. And I was like, "What?"
That's so
I
crazy.
Yeah, and so that's what sparked the journey in health and wellness and just me going back to college to learn even more
Yeah.
about alternative medicine.
That's so cool. So tell us more about the regimen that kind of sparked that remission in your body. Like what did you do that
Sure. For me, it started with a detox. Detoxing is so important. Yes, we do have a liver and a
Yeah.
kidney that filters out that waste, but it does need a little help. And chance,
Yeah.
whatever part of the country you live in, you consume a lot of toxins, whether
Yeah.
it's with the food you eat, the things you drink, even in the air that you breathe.
Yeah.
So a detox helps in getting that extra waste out your body. So I started with a detox, drinking lots of water, took
Yeah.
out the soda,
Yeah.
took out the sugar, all
Yeah.
the stuff
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
think we can't live without, but you
Yeah.
actually can, and you feel so much
Yeah.
better when you do. You have extra energy. I know a lot of ladies, we want to lose those extra pounds, and you're going to feel good when you look in the mirror, like, oh, wow, I'm
Yeah.
looking good. So that was one of the first things I did, detox, drinking water, drinking my herbal teas, green tea, black tea.
Yeah.
I did drink smoothies as well, but no soda, no.
It's great. Oh, have we cut out? Are you there? Uh-oh. Are you there? Ah. Oh, we're back. Sorry, I think I got out for a bit there.
Yes. And then also with the detox, eating the right food. And you're thinking, Cassandra, what's the right food? Fruit and veggies, getting those
Oh,
fruits and
yeah.
veggies in.
Yeah.
About 9 to 13 servings of fruits and veggies every day. And you're probably thinking, that's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Here's your cheat. Cheat. Okay, for breakfast, if you make a really good smoothie, if
Yeah.
you go to my Pinterest page, I have tons of smoothie recipes. If you
Yeah.
get a really good smoothie in for breakfast, the rest of the day is downhill because your
Yeah.
smoothie can count for a good 6, 7.
Yeah. We're back. Uh-oh. I'm cutting out again. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I mentioned it's going out, but I think you're fine. I think it's just me. So do you
Okay.
want to tell us more about your business now and what you do for people?
Sure. My mission is to help women improve their health. And we do that from a holistic approach. So it is all natural, offering virtual wellness coaching. We have the one on one coaching, also
Yeah.
have group coaching available. And then for the woman who's not quite ready for a one on one or group coaching, I do offer digital courses that will
Oh,
help you make that transition. And the great thing about the digital courses, you work at your own time.
yeah.
And once you're enrolled in the course, you're in. So let's say you finish the course and you want to come back to that information 3 months, 5 months down the road, you can,
Yeah.
so really big on helping women improve their health at whatever stage they're at, whether they're the woman who doesn't have any health problems, just looking to be proactive about
Yeah.
her health. We can come up with a game plan that will help you stay healthy, stay
Yeah.
productive, reaching your ideal weight, boosting your immune system, which definitely is of importance given the
Oh,
time we're
yeah.
living in. And so we just help you make that transformation in your life so you can literally become a new woman inside and out.
That's brilliant. I love that. And so tell us more about what would you say to women who are neglecting themselves and their health?
I would say to you that chances are right now you're neglecting yourself in, while taking care of someone else. You might be doing it for your children, parents, fill in a blank, whoever. But what happens when you're not around? Because if you continue to neglect yourself, your body will shut down.
Yeah.
Your body will shut down. And then the people that you love, the people that you really care about, who's going to be there for them?
Yeah.
So make yourself a number one priority so you can give from your overflow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Fill your own cup up first.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for sharing your story. So, moving on to confidence, what does confidence mean to you?
For me, confidence is the ability to show up in the world as your authentic self.
Yes.
Be the woman that you want to be without apology.
Yeah.
Being your bold self, that's real confidence because it takes confidence to do that, ladies.
Yeah.
We've been told you have to be this, you have to be that, all these standards society places on us. If you're able to show up as your authentic you, you're a
Yeah.
confident woman.
Yeah. That is so true. I love that. And how do you help people build their confidence? It's what you do.
You know, what I do to help women be their confident selves, we work on their mindset.
Yeah.
So important. Working
Yeah.
on that mindset, helping you to get rid of those thoughts, those Debbie Downer thoughts, those Debbie Downer people who attempt to make you feel less than. So we deprogram your mind. And I actually have a course centered around this mindset reset. So we change your way of thinking, and then we help you get in tune with your spirituality, because once you're connected with the higher power, then you're going to know your worth, and it's going to help you show up so much more confident in this world.
That's amazing. And what would you say to someone who's wanting to build their confidence but doesn't know where to start?
You know, Being a more confident person, requires some help. So I would say if this is an area that you struggle in, it's okay to ask for support.
Yeah.
So reach out, whether it's to me or another wellness professional or professional with
Yeah.
emotional well-being. Reach out, because getting rid of this negative, toxic thinking, it takes work. And it's
Yes.
okay to have that accountability and that support to help cheer you on. So I would say just ask for help.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. That's great. What's something you know now that you wish you knew when you were younger?
I wish someone had told me the possibilities that life has for me. I think growing up, you're just taught the standard status quo, and your mind uh, really doesn't dream as big as the
It could.
things that this world offers.
Yeah.
It really is a, oh my goodness. I'm almost had a trouble articulating this, because
Yeah.
there's so much opportunity in this world that it really is a oyster,
Yeah.
just full of, and a lot of times we're just expected to do the status, graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, start a career.
Yeah.
And that may be a reality for a lot of people. That may be a dream for a lot of people. However, open up your mind to the possibility, like you, Bronte, you have your
Yeah.
own show and you
Yeah.
have guests from all over the world. But, oftentimes we're not taught to think on that scale.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Just dream a little. Get
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
outside the
Just
box.
dream a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreams do come true.
They do, if you take the
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Putting in the work, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah. So what's the best advice you've been given or your favorite quote to live by?
My favorite quote to live by is actually a scripture. Is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And one of the reasons that's my favorite verse is I'm reminded that whatever my mind can think of, I
Yeah.
can achieve. It is
Yeah.
really possible, because I'm not doing it by myself. You
Yeah.
know, I have God. He's helping me, and it's so possible. So
Yeah.
that's motivation for me, because
Yeah.
I'm sure you can relate when your dreams are so big
Yeah.
that, wow, sometimes they scare you.
It's a good thing. It
That,
means you're dreaming big enough.
yeah, it serves as a reminder that, hey, I got this.
Yeah, you do. We all do. So
Yeah.
that's great. What's your favorite book or podcast?
Oh goodness. Bonta, you got me. It's hard to say just one. I grew
Everyone's
up
different. We can do a
I,
couple.
I grew up as an only child, so I've been a reader my whole life. I've always loved to read. But
Oh,
one of
great.
my favorite books, one is Destiny, and that book is by T.D. Jakes. That's one of my
Yeah.
faves. And then another one of my top 10 is Successful Women Think Differently. And that
Yeah.
book, it really, because I don't know about you, but sometimes
Yeah.
you think abstract and so out of the box
Yeah.
that you think, is this normal?
Yeah.
And that book really serves as a reminder that most women who are successful really do think outside of the box.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that any one way is better than another way of
Yeah.
thinking, but I tend to think a little different.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
so true. Otherwise, you would all be successful. If everyone in the box was successful, then we'd all be successful, right? So, got to get outside it.
Yeah.
So, do you have any favorite people you like to follow online who inspire you?
Yes. One of my top faves for inspiration is Lisa Nichols.
Yeah.
She is so inspirational to me. And I think for her to have the success she has as a woman and making it her mission to empower women, it's encouraging for me
Yeah.
because for the type of work I'm doing in
Yeah.
transforming the lives of women with their health and wellness, she's one of the people I definitely look to for inspiration. And if I had to add another person, it would be Les Brown as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely a game changer.
Yeah, he's great. But where can people find and connect with you online?
Stay connected with me on my website. My website is Cassandra R. Hill, CassandraRHill.com. That's the easiest way to stay connected to me.
Yeah.
And there on my website, you'll see all my links for social media. And then while you're there on my website as well, be sure to go ahead and pick up my free guide that's right there available. My free guide is Following God's Plan to Crush Your Goals. If you're ready to end this year, you don't have to wait for a new year to become your best self. Oh my goodness. A lot of times we wait for the new, especially this time of year, we wait for another year to come before we make resolutions on how we're going to become our best self. Do it today. You deserve to be your best self today. So go ahead, pick up that free guide while you're there on my website, CassandraRHill.com.
That's great. I feel like you've said that before, It just rolled off the tongue. And that's so true. I love that. Like, we shouldn't, if people do just like wipe off this year and let's just start next year, but why not get off to the best start? Like, the best way you can start next year is setting yourself up now to be in the best place at the new year.
Yes.
So I love that. That's so great. And do you have any final words you want to share before we go?
Sure. I want to tell my ladies that right now, today, this is the perfect time for you to love you and become your authentic best self. Let's do it together.
Yes, love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing all of that. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. And we will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.